Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Rex.
I'm Daniel.
I'm
Board of Directors. You're on the Board of Directors.
I'm on the board of directors.
And I'm Wee.
And
I'm aiming for Employee of the Month.
I consider myself lucky to be in charge of such an astoundingly awesome employee like Daniel Whittington, who is also attractive.
I hope my boss comes on to me. He's so hot.
Hello, children.
I'm giving me the microphone.
Hello, Mrs. Doubtfire. Jeffrey Patron gave us all three of these.
Jeffrey Patron.
Just further cementing his patron saint status.
He's going for bonus points now.
Yeah, he is.
I think...
Do you remember how we met Jeffrey Patron? He said, if you can guess where my profile photo is, and I think I'm right about this.
Really?
If you can guess where the statue that my profile photo is located in Austin,
right,
I'll send you a free whiskey. We were like 200 viewers, and we both knew it was at UT.
That's a 70% chance.
At the library.
70% chance.
And then we both, I said, did you go? And then I said,
Jeffrey.
did you Google it? It's at the library. I think it's at the, anyway, and so he sent us a whiskey.
Yeah.
And I think that's the first time we ever interacted with him.
All right. And now...
Are we going to Magnificent Saint him again?
This is what I'm thinking. I'd like to see you, because you've put in a lot of time and a lot of effort, I'd like to put you on the fast track to Employee of the Month.
Oh! Yes!
I think
Nailing it.
you should do the honors.
Oh! Jeffrey Patron! Thank you for the whiskey! Ding! Okay, so what we got here is we're gonna start with Old Bardstown.
Why do we have three seemingly very random and different whiskeys?
I don't really know why.
And we're doing it all at once.
I think he emailed me an explanation, but I couldn't find it.
This is the Jeffersons. We know our way around it.
No, but this is the Jefferson's very small batch.
They all,
as opposed to small batch.
They all say very small batch.
No. This is a specific Gary's Marketplace.
Pull out any Jeffersons.
One bottle. This is one bottle, dude. But look at this one. Super special edition. Bottle 202 of batch F1930.
Exclusive for Gary's.
Good old Gary.
All right, so
He's a good
chances
guy.
are this is going to be really, really close to the Jefferson's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey that you can get anywhere else. So I did a couple of martinis this weekend. I didn't do whiskey this weekend because, well, technically Saturday morning we did some whiskey, and I needed a little break after that live stream. The live stream got a little out of hand there.
That's sour. That's weird.
Well, hold on. I haven't had whiskey since Saturday morning. This smells more complex than most Jeffersons that I remember.
Yeah, it's also a little, it's brighter. It's sort of,
I'm getting that.
it reminds me of like fresh saltwater restaurant.
I'm getting a little bit of that boutique-y vibe, the wicker, potpourri. But it's definitely got the typical. So we do need to be mindful that we continue to name all of the regular notes in bourbon, because I think it's really easy after you've had a lot of bourbons just to skip over the cherry, the oak, and the apple, and some of the just flavors that you're effectively always going to get out of bourbon.
This is a little closer to my territory. This is a little darker.
But this is
Old Bardstown.
You already moved on.
I did.
Here's what I want.
We'll do A/B comparisons.
We'll do A/B comparisons. Here's what I want to do. As the gatekeeper
of the new vault.
Of the vault, and as a champion of the people, I want to start tweaking and evolving the format, the structure of the Whiskey Vault episodes.
Okay.
And you can't see this, but Daniel can. Daniel, what is directly under the camera lens right now?
A show notes list that we should be following in order.
And how long has that list been there?
Probably 3 months.
And how often have we stuck to that list?
I think once and a half.
And who's now the board of directors member that gets what he wants?
You can't always get what you want.
So before I give you my list of what I would like to see in every single episode for this whiskey review channel, Whiskey Review, I want to know in the comments what kinds of things would you like to see us do every time we crack open a whiskey here.
Oh.
Do we need to be adding some water, adding some ice? And this is the caveat. It needs to be stuff that we can fit efficiently into an episode because we got the shoots down to less than 2 hours for a week's worth of content here.
Yeah, so
things like, well, let's bring in some guest appearances.
an episode has to be under 12 minutes if we can help it.
Yes, and like things like guests, that's great if it works out with the scheduling and whatnot. But
we don't shoot like Thursdays at 4.
Right.
We shoot when Rex texts me and says, we're supposed to shoot today. And I say, well, 1 o'clock is the only time I can do it. That's not conducive to having outside guests.
and half the time it's, well, I can't do it, so let's just not have lunch.
Yeah.
And drink whiskey.
Yeah.
Which isn't a hard ask. It's really not.
Dude, these are all very similar. I would say...
Are these in order?
Yeah, these are slightly bright and thin. Gets darker and molassesy note and a little more of a leather
They are similar.
and cherry. But this one gets a little bit more of the... This one's halfway between them. Now this is the Trader Joe's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
What?
Yeah, so we don't really know who's making it.
Wait,
in theory...
Hold on. Just, I looked and at a glance. The fact that this is a store brand whiskey. This thing's 45%. They didn't automatically take it down to 40% to save money and stretch it out as far as it would go. Kind of a little. I haven't even tasted it.
So
I'm just threading out a little. I'm floating
Looking
the potential for respect for Trader Joe's for not doing the stereotypical 40%.
yeah, I agree. Looking around the interwebs, it looks like it was Barton 1792 distillery owned by Sazerac that distilled the Trader Joe's stuff. And 1792 just won the Whiskey of the Year, period, somewhere.
It's some.
Oh, God. Gosh!
No.
The nose on that is so good and the taste is complete shit.
All right, we need to get our together right here because there's 3 whiskeys simultaneous.
Yeah.
I'm just now getting into the Jeffersons. You're all the way down.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'm going to come back to... I just needed a comparison because I couldn't figure out what was differentiating it.
Okay, the Jeffersons. The finish is kind of bitter.
Yeah.
Everything leading up to that is kind of nice.
There's a little bit of a lemony note, but it's like a bright, bitter lemon.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, like it kind of makes your jaw curl.
I
a
was
little.
about to say like a tart Granny Smith apple.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, closer to apple.
not the sweet red apple.
But it does this sort of like flourish on the front and then wraps up really quickly and there's no aftertaste. That's just sort of thin. Now, the Bardstown is more wood and density, and it's got a little bit of a bite.
It's got character.
It's bottled in bond.
That is
Now, this is actually bottled by Willett.
for those keeping.
Well, the company who makes
those
Willett.
keeping score. That's 50% on the old Bardstown. Willett's finest quality. So Willett is a rye. That's one of the handful of ryes that we really like. The Willett.
So forever they were sourcing from other people.
Yeah.
I don't know if Willett's actually distilling it, or it's Kentucky Bourbon Distillers. Is that who it is?
So is Willett?
Yeah, distilled and bottled by the Willett Distillery in Bardstown.
What's the whiskey that they're known for?
They're known for the rye.
Is it
the Willett's rye?
Okay.
No, that's not actually true. Their bourbon is that one that has that kind of kettle shaped bottle.
Oh, the big
Yeah,
crazy.
the I Dream a Genie bottle.
Yeah. Oh, it's down here. Actually, this is one of the ryes that I just outright like. The Willett rye. This thing.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's really smooth.
And how is that not?
Oh man, the Bardstown is equal amounts dense candy and oak and leather.
How is this Willett thing Bardstown? How is that not just a regular name brand Willett label? Why is it an old Bardstown?
Well, I mean, the old Bardstown the name has been around for freaking ever.
Did Willett just buy the name?
No, they were, well, you know, everybody's been owning names and changing hands, and it goes after a guy named it in the 50s after a racehorse named it the Old Bardstown.
Yeah. Between the two, so far I'm liking the old Bardstown a little bit better than the Jeffersons.
Oh no, definitely. This one kicks that small batch ass.
It's got a nice finish.
I want you to try that Trader Joe's whiskey.
It's an oakier finish.
Yeah.
The Trader Joe's smelled nice on the nose.
It does. It smells lovely. It smells like the perfect halfway point between those other two bourbons, but it tastes like nothing.
Yeah, it's a one-dimensional.
It's just flat. It tastes like a soda that went flat.
It's a one-dimensional whiskey.
How is that? What are they doing?
But it's not, it's not a bad note. It's just basic.
Mm-hmm.
It's really basic. But it's not bad. If you're not wanting something really complicated and,
It's just so flat.
nuanced.
Yeah, it's definitely drinkable. I mean, that's not going to offend anybody, and it would be good in a cocktail.
That's what I'm saying.
It'd be good in a cocktail.
If this is Costco, it's
So if it's under $20, that's money well spent for a cocktail budget bourbon.
at 45%.
Yeah. I keep coming back to the Old Bardstown as my preferred
Yeah.
whiskey over here.
Yeah, between these three.
What happens if you mix a dash of Old Bardstown into the Trader Joe's to jump start it a little?
It turns into a thing.
Any more good questions?
Well, you chose them,
Oh,
so probably
that's
not.
actually kind of nice on the nose.
Ben Voss, while I like the idea of sampler bottles, I have found times where the flavor of the whiskey
yeah.
in the different is different than the flavors they get in the full bottle. Is this because the sample bottles are a different material, like plastic? Is it because the smaller package is more susceptible to the environment, or are they just baiting me with better juice so I buy the full bottle? It could just as easily be,
I think it's all the above.
or it could just as easily be you recently had something and it's changing the notes that you're getting.
Yeah, and also, here's the thing. If they put it in plastic, absolutely that's going to change. Remember, those things get shipped across the U.S. They're in the back of trucks driving down the highway I-10.
Yeah.
Right? And it's summer, and it's 114 degrees in Arizona, and they're in plastic bottles. That's going to be a thing. Right? And then, it's just batch consistency is going to be a thing when you're having tiny little pours. But I think it's not uncommon for me to try a small sample size of something that the full bottle tastes slightly different on. It's not better or worse. It's just, I found it's not usually the case in the mass brands.
Right.
But it can often happen in the smaller brands.
You're so burpy.
I know. It's all that damn Torchy's tacos.
I mean, damn torches. They're a good tacos.
Ah, no, they're great tacos.
Amazing tacos.
But all that protein's giving me acid reflux.
So delicate.
Yeah. Like a flower.
Like a really ugly flower.
Yeah, a bearded flower.
Aaron Baker is a whiskey and cigar pairing video in the works. I'd love to see that. We did one on the other channel.
That was one of our first Biscuits episodes.
Do it right up there.
And I will tell you that with the new distillery, we're going to have a cigar license.
Oh.
So we will absolutely be doing some cigar and whiskey pairing stuff.
Going back to Ben Voss's, to Sam Gus's question, whenever the distillery is done, then we are going to pick a day of the week where we're going to be there. So if anybody wants to come hang out, yeah, we'll just be hanging out at the tasting room. Yeah.
All right. I think I'm done with these three.
Yep.
It's bourbon.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Yep.
I think you're going to like tomorrow a little bit more.
Yep.
Thanks, Jeffy.
No. Okay. I was going to let you start the toast.
Here's the final feeling.
And then interrupt you and remind you. Oh, Daniel.
Oh, yeah. No.
Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If it's hard to do it backwards. If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
So, all right, we're already interrupting the toast.
Yeah.
It's not really backwards. It's the way it always should have been.
Oh, really? All right, gotta carry on then.
Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.